Hello, my name is Stuart, and I'm a landscaper trained by a golf course superintendent for the care of Western Washington lawns. And this is early August, and I have just thatched this yard. I just wanted to show you a lawn that has been thatched and what I will do for this thing in the future. So, most of the neighbors' yards on this block don't look that good. Here's our next door neighbor's yard. Their lawn is gone dormant and is tired. The soil underneath is pretty bad. So even if they were watering all the time, the lawn would still go dormant. I know that property. Worked on there. And so I've gone over and I've taken a fair amount of stuff out of this lawn. And I just used, I just went over this real quick for the client to rake it. And I did not use a really fine rake. This stuff is light and fluffy, and he'll cut it. And here's a lot of the grass that's growing in his lawn. And this is a horizontally growing grass, and it's very thatch producing. If you look at the stem on this thing, see how long that white stem is and how short the actual green leaf blade is. And we consider this a weed grass here. And here in the Seattle area in Western Washington. And I've got a lot of that to stand up and ripped a bunch of it out too. And though that's not an effective control method for this type of grass, it is nice to break it up. What I'm going to do is later on in the year, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to aerate, seed, and fertilize this and put on a 50-pound bag of my soil amendment and to improve the soil. This yard's got a few challenges on it. He's got a few large evergreen trees growing here, and they're dropping needles all the time. So another benefit of doing this thatching right now is I've got in here, and now we can get rid of a lot of these needles that are down there. The job of the tree is really to kill your lawn, and it drops all those needles down there, and they have a lot of acidity in the needles. And if you just let all the needles pile up, it will kill the grass, and it adjusts the soil's pH to make it less favorable for grass, probably more favorable for moss. And you'd like to have a decent lawn underneath these trees. If I was to thatch this in springtime, this could be a very expensive job. Because you look at a lawn like this, if we're having a rainy spring, boy, this stuff would weigh a lot. And if it's a rainy, cold spring, if you have me back to seed, that seed may not germinate. So I like to do a lot of thatching in August on dormant lawns that are not in, the world's best condition, of course. And that way the thatch is really light and fluffy, easy to rake, and then I can come back in September. A lot of times I'll start about the 3rd or 4th week of September seeding. And I'll come in here, I'll aerate, I'll seed, and I'll put on an excellent slow release starter fertilizer. And it'll green up really nice. Because we have beautiful fall warm temperatures here in the evenings, the roots will develop really nice and really deep through August. The client typically won't be spending all that much money on watering, though they will initially start out watering at least twice a day. Probably 15 to 20 minutes a time. And but I can get some beautiful results doing this, and basically for the dime spent, get $1 return on this. And it's much harder to do sometimes in springs. This spring, I thatched a bunch of yards in March because the weather was nice. Came in early April, did a bunch of aerating, seeding, and fertilizing, and had the yards cut several times. And then I aerated, seeded, and fertilized. And I gotta say, right around the beginning of April, about a week or so into April, we had a 90-degree day, and it killed a lot of seed. And that can still happen here, in September. Right when the seed's germinating and it's really delicate. You don't want those high temperatures. And but this is Stuart with the Aerating and Thatching Company, and if you liked my video, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, and I shoot these just as I'm out in the field, unscripted. Once again, this is Stuart, and thanks for watching my video. Bye-bye.